30 perennials that bloom all summer long with stunning flowers. Welcome back to Earthly Delights, my fellow plant enthusiasts. Have you ever dreamed of stepping outside in June and being greeted by a garden that's bursting with vibrant colors, and then discovering those same beautiful blooms are still dazzling your eyes well into August? If you're anything like me, you've probably spent countless hours researching, planting, and nurturing, yet sometimes your garden seems tired by midsummer. But what if I told you there's a solution? Plants that bloom non-stop all summer long, effortlessly turning your garden into a magical oasis. Today, I'm excited to share 30 spectacular perennials that are not only stunning, but incredibly easy to care for. Whether you're nurturing a sun-drenched balcony, struggling with a shady backyard corner, or simply looking for low-maintenance options that match your busy lifestyle, this video is specially crafted for you. Stick around, because I'll guide you through hand-picked plants grouped by their unique qualities, ensuring your gardening dreams finally come true this season. If you love practical gardening tips and want your home or garden filled with vibrant life, don't forget to hit subscribe right now to join our Earthly Delights community. Part 1. Sun-kissed and carefree perennials that love the heat. Let's begin our gardening journey with plants that not only tolerate but truly thrive under the sizzling summer sun. If your outdoor space faces relentless sunlight, or if watering daily seems impossible, these hardy blooms are your garden's new best friends. They're perfect for gardeners juggling busy schedules or those living in drier climates, providing endless summer joy with minimal effort. First up is the charming Coreopsis, commonly known as tick seed. This cheerful perennial is truly the definition of carefree gardening, showering your garden with bright daisy-like blossoms in vivid yellows, golds, and reds. Coreopsis loves basking in the full sun and tolerates dry conditions effortlessly. Simply remove spent blooms occasionally, and it will reward you with non-stop color from early summer straight through fall. Pollinators adore it too. Expect visits from bees and butterflies, adding lively energy to your outdoor haven. Next, meet the fiery Gaillardia, better known as the blanket flower. Bursting with reds, yellows, and fiery oranges, Gaillardia evokes warmth even from a distance. Thriving in tough, sun-baked spots, this perennial is practically indestructible. Once established, it's drought-tolerant and demands virtually no special care. Just occasionally snip off old blooms and watch it flourish tirelessly. Its striking, sunset-like blooms will quickly become your garden's brightest highlight all season long. Moving gracefully into our next heat-loving favorite, we have the captivating Russian sage. Imagine soft, silvery foliage paired with delicate lavender-blue spikes, swaying gently in the breeze. This is Russian sage's charming presence in your garden. Remarkably resilient, it flourishes in dry, poor soils where other plants falter. The best part? This perennial requires very little attention, just a quick spring trim, and it delivers an elegant, airy backdrop that complements brighter blooms and attracts plenty of pollinators. Finally, we come to the unbeatable sedum, affectionately known as stonecrop. If you've ever thought your garden couldn't survive on neglect alone, think again. Sedum's thick, succulent leaves store water, making it incredibly drought-resistant. From midsummer into autumn, clusters of starry flowers in shades of pink, white, or yellow bloom abundantly. Ideal for rock gardens, sunny borders, or even container arrangements, sedum thrives wherever water is scarce, adding texture and reliable color throughout the entire summer. Now that you've discovered these carefree, sun-loving perennials, let's move forward to our next section, where drought-defying champions await to impress you even more. Part 2. The Drought Defiers. Thrive on neglect, bloom on repeat. Stepping further into our garden journey, let's explore plants that not only endure neglect, but genuinely seem happier when left alone. If your schedule is tight, or if frequent watering feels like an impossible task, these resilient perennials are about to become your gardening heroes. They effortlessly endure drought and tough soil, rewarding you with continuous blooms all summer, no matter how challenging the conditions. Let's start with everyone's fragrant favorite, lavender. Picture walking through your garden, breathing in that soothing scent, instantly melting your stress away. Lavender isn't just delightful for your senses, it's incredibly hardy, loving hot sun and poor, dry soils. With its silvery green foliage and purple flowers that bloom continuously from late spring through summer, it's perfect for borders, containers, and even indoor pots near sunny windows. Best of all, lavender keeps pests at bay and thrives on minimal watering, asking only for an occasional trim after flowering to keep it lush and vibrant. Moving along, meet the tough yet charming yarrow, also known as achillea. Its clusters of tiny flowers in cheerful shades of yellow, pink, red, and white rise above delicate fern-like foliage, adding both texture and vibrant color. Yarrow is your go-to plant for spots that bake in the sun all day long. Remarkably drought-tolerant once established, it practically takes care of itself. Just a quick snip of faded flowers occasionally is all it needs to bloom tirelessly from early summer well into autumn, attracting butterflies and beneficial insects to your garden oasis. Next, welcome the sunny delight known as Heliopsis, or false sunflower. True to its nickname, this hardy perennial boasts bright, sunflower-like blooms in radiant yellows that beam non-stop from early summer until the first frost. It's an excellent option for creating cheerful borders or filling empty spaces effortlessly. Heliopsis thrives under full sun, requiring very little water once it settles in. With minimal care, just occasionally deadheading old blooms, this durable beauty will reliably return each year, ensuring your garden is constantly bathed in sunny warmth. Finally, say hello to agastache, the fragrant wonder also known as hyssop. Imagine brushing past its slender spikes and being greeted by the sweet aroma of mint and licorice. This perennial adds delightful sensory layers to your garden, all while being incredibly drought-resistant. Its upright spikes in shades of purple, pink, and white bloom persistently throughout summer, drawing hummingbirds and butterflies to their nectar-rich flowers. Agastache requires little more than full sun and occasional pruning, thriving happily even in harsh, dry conditions. As we leave these drought-defying wonders behind, get ready. Our next stop is among the vibrant pollinator magnets, promising not only beauty, but a bustling garden full of lively visitors. Part 3. Pollinator Magnets, blooms that attract bees, birds, and butterflies. Now imagine stepping into your garden and hearing the gentle hum of bees, spotting the graceful flutter of butterflies, and catching the vibrant flash of hummingbirds darting among flowers. If you've dreamed of transforming your garden into a lively ecosystem brimming with beneficial visitors, this next collection of perennials is exactly what you're looking for. These blooms won't just add color, they'll bring life and vitality right to your doorstep. Our journey begins with the radiant Echinacea, better known as coneflower. With its iconic daisy-like petals surrounding striking central cones, this resilient plant blooms vibrantly in shades of pink, purple, orange, and white. Coneflower thrives even in tough conditions, tolerating heat and drought effortlessly. Regular deadheading encourages prolonged flowering from early summer into autumn, attracting a delightful assortment of bees and butterflies. And as autumn arrives, the dried seed heads become an essential food source for songbirds, adding lasting charm to your garden landscape. Next up is the strikingly vivid bee balm, or monarda. As the name suggests, it's adored by bees, but that's just the beginning. Its fragrant blossoms also entice butterflies and hummingbirds, creating an enchanting pollinator paradise. Bee balm showcases spiky blooms in reds, pinks, and purples, flourishing best in moist, well-drained soil under full sun or partial shade. Though it loves water, once established, it's relatively carefree. A quick snip of spent flowers encourages continuous blooming, ensuring your garden hums happily throughout summer. Let's now meet the graceful penstemon, affectionately called beard tongue. This elegant perennial stands out with its tall, tubular flowers available in brilliant shades of red, pink, purple, and white. Each blossom is a tempting invitation for hummingbirds who resist the nectar-rich offerings. Penstemon thrives in full sun and well-drained soil, performing exceptionally well in drier conditions. Minimal care is required. Simply remove spent blooms occasionally to maintain a fresh flush of flowers that persist from early summer into late season, adding charm and vibrancy. Closing this lively section, we have the vertical beauty, Veronica, commonly known as speedwell. Its elegant flower spikes rise boldly, creating impressive displays of blues, purples, pinks, and whites. Veronica attracts bees and butterflies effortlessly, turning your garden into a vibrant wildlife haven. It thrives in full sunlight, tolerates heat and humidity, and requires minimal attention, just a quick snip of faded blooms now and then. Its continuous flowering habit from early summer into fall makes it an irresistible choice for gardeners who dream of a lively, colorful, pollinator-rich garden. Now that you've discovered these captivating pollinator magnets, let's continue our journey toward reliable bloomers that will keep your garden vibrant and inviting all summer long. Part 4. All-season garden staples, reliable, beautiful, and repeat bloomers. Every gardener dreams of plants that perform consistently, blooming beautifully without constant fuss. In this section, we'll uncover a collection of perennials that are not just pretty, they're steadfast companions, bringing continuous color from the first hints of summer warmth through to autumn's cooler evenings. Perfect for gardeners who value dependability and timeless charm, these blooms promise to make your outdoor spaces effortlessly stunning year after year. Let's start with the beloved Shasta daisy, a classic icon of sunny gardens everywhere. Its pristine white petals surround golden yellow centers, evoking feelings of purity and simple elegance. Shasta daisy thrives in sunny locations with well-drained soil, tolerating drought remarkably once established. To prolong their cheerful blooms, simply remove spent flowers regularly and divide clumps every few years. This easy care routine ensures a vibrant, long-lasting display that effortlessly brightens garden beds and borders from early summer into fall. Transitioning from classic charm to delicate allure, meet the graceful scabiosa, fondly known as the pincushion flower. With airy blossoms gently bobbing atop slender stems in shades of soft blue, lavender, pink, and white, scabiosa brings delicate movement to your garden. Not only is this perennial stunning, but it also attracts butterflies and bees with ease. Thriving best in full sun and well-drained soil, scabiosa asks for minimal maintenance, just occasional deadheading to stimulate new blossoms, providing continuous charm from early summer into autumn. Now let's embrace the warmth and vibrancy of the cheerful black-eyed Susan, or Rudbeckia. Its sunny yellow petals encircle a striking dark center, creating an irresistible visual contrast. Exceptionally hardy and drought-tolerant, Rudbeckia loves full sun and minimal care, flourishing effortlessly throughout summer and into fall. By occasionally removing faded blooms, you encourage even more prolific flowering. This perennial isn't just a visual delight, it also invites pollinators, adding an active, ecological bonus to your garden's beauty. Completing this group of reliable performers is the vibrant salvia, also known as perennial sage. Its vertical flower spikes burst forth in vibrant shades of purple, blue, pink, and red, drawing hummingbirds, bees, and butterflies. Salvia loves sunny locations and dry soil, thriving happily under summer's hottest rays. To maintain its continuous bloom from early summer until the first frost, simply trim away old flowers periodically. Salvia's dependable performance makes it an absolute staple for gardeners who want non-stop, hassle-free beauty. As we wrap up these trusty garden companions, stay with me, because next we'll explore enchanting perennials perfectly suited for those shady corners you thought couldn't bloom. Part 5. The Shade Charmers. Light up the low-light corners. Now let's explore an often overlooked corner of your garden, those shady nooks you thought were destined to remain flowerless and dull. But what if I told you these cool shaded spots hold incredible potential for stunning blooms? In this section, you'll discover enchanting perennials that transform even the darkest corners into bright, captivating displays. Ideal for shaded patios, balconies, or beneath towering trees, these shade-loving charmers promise lasting beauty, even with limited sunlight. Let's begin with the feathery elegance of a stilby, a truly captivating perennial for shaded gardens. Imagine delicate, plume-like blossoms rising gracefully above lush, fern-like foliage in shades of soft pink, red, white, or lavender. A stilby adores moist, rich soil and thrives where sunlight is scarce, making it perfect for shaded areas that tend to remain damp. With just minimal watering during dry periods and occasional dividing to rejuvenate the plants, a stilby rewards you generously with continuous fluffy blooms from late spring well into summer, bringing gentle luminosity to dark spaces. Next, meet the whimsical and delightful balloon flower, a perennial whose charm begins even before its blossoms fully open. Each flower starts as a distinctive balloon-shaped bud, which bursts open into star-shaped blooms of blue, purple, white, or pink. Balloon flower loves partial shade to full sun and prefers well-drained soil. Easy to care for, simply deadheads spent blossoms to encourage continuous flowering from early to late summer. Its compact, tidy habit makes it equally beautiful in garden borders or as a playful centerpiece in shaded containers. Now, prepare to fall in love with the graceful beauty of the Japanese anemone, often called the windflower. Blooming later in summer, precisely when other flowers begin fading, these elegant blossoms appear atop tall, slender stems, gently swaying in the slightest breeze. Soft shades of white, pink, and rose effortlessly illuminate shaded areas, adding vertical interest and subtle movement. Japanese anemones prefer partial shade and moist, well-drained soil. With minimal care, just some occasional watering and tidying, they reliably extend your garden's flowering season deep into autumn. Finally, let's uncover a hidden gem, the toad lily or tricertis, a perennial unlike any other. Its small, orchid-like blooms, speckled in purple, white, or pink, provide exotic charm often missing from shade gardens. Thriving in moist, shady conditions, toad lily is surprisingly hardy and requires little maintenance beyond regular watering in dry spells. Blooming from late summer into fall, it offers eye-catching interest precisely when most plants are fading, turning your shaded corners into truly magical places. As we leave these delightful shade charmers behind, stay with me. Next, we'll explore whimsical perennials that dance with every gentle breeze, creating enchanting movement and soft elegance in your garden spaces. Part 6. Whimsical and Airy, the soft motion of summer breezes. There's something magical about flowers gently dancing in a summer breeze, adding movement and dreamy elegance to any garden. In this section, we'll introduce perennials that thrive on subtlety and grace, captivating your senses with delicate beauty. If you adore gardens that feel alive and whisper softly to you, these airy bloomers are precisely what your heart desires. Let's start with the enchanting catmint, Nepeta, a perennial that effortlessly creates soft waves of lavender blue blooms, filling your garden with a gentle herbal aroma. Known for its easygoing nature, catmint thrives in full sun and well-drained soil, tolerating drought beautifully once established. Simply shear back lightly after the first wave of blooms, and it will bounce back with a fresh flush, bringing bees, butterflies, and even curious neighborhood cats into your garden. Its whimsical, billowing presence adds a relaxed charm reminiscent of a serene cottage garden. Next, let your eyes wander to the graceful gora, often poetically called whirling butterflies. With delicate, butterfly-shaped blossoms perched upon tall, slender stems, gora sways elegantly with every soft breeze, creating an almost hypnotic effect. Blooming from early summer straight into autumn in shades of white and soft pink, gora adores full sun and thrives even in poor, dry soil. Low maintenance and pest-free, simply trim faded flowers occasionally. This carefree beauty will fill your garden with continual movement and dreamy charm. Now let's welcome the softly glowing Coreopsis moonbeam, a gentle variant of the traditional tickseed. Its pale yellow blossoms provide subtle illumination, like gentle moonlight captured in flower form. With delicate foliage and continuous blooms from early summer through fall, moonbeam thrives effortlessly in sunny spots with minimal watering and care. Regular deadheading ensures a non-stop floral display. Its understated color beautifully complements brighter blooms, making it perfect for borders or containers, adding an airy elegance wherever planted. Completing our whimsical selection is the dramatic yet graceful Crocosmia, known for its arching stems and tropical flair. Striking blossoms in brilliant shades of red, orange, and yellow burst forth like vibrant sparks, gently bending with every breeze. Crocosmia loves full sun and thrives in well-drained soil, effortlessly tolerating dry conditions once settled. Occasional removal of spent blooms helps it maintain its best look from midsummer into fall. Crocosmia adds dynamic movement and a dash of tropical warmth, creating an irresistible visual rhythm in your garden. Stay tuned as we transition from these gently swaying blooms to bold, eye-catching perennials that deliver unforgettable impact, making your garden the star of the neighborhood. Part 7. Big Blooms, Big Impact. Bold heads that steal the scene. Now let's turn our attention to perennials that command attention with their vibrant, dramatic blooms. If your gardening style leans toward making bold statements or creating unforgettable focal points, you're in the right place. These showstoppers offer impressive flowers that not only catch your eye instantly, but also ensure your garden remains the talk of the neighborhood from early summer well into fall. First, let's embrace the striking beauty of garden phlox, a perennial renowned for its captivating clusters of fragrant blossoms in hues of pink, white, purple, and red. Standing tall and elegant, garden phlox thrives in sunny spots, enjoying moist, well-drained soil. Simple care, like deadheading faded blooms and maintaining good air circulation, keeps these beauties flourishing brightly throughout summer. A favorite among butterflies and hummingbirds, phlox transforms garden borders or beds into vibrant displays of color and scent, capturing both your attention and your heart. Next up is the radiant helenium, charmingly known as sneezeweed, though it won't actually make you sneeze. Bursting with daisy-like blooms in fiery shades of yellow, orange, and red, helenium excels at bringing late-season brilliance to your garden. Preferring full sun and consistently moist soil, it's remarkably easy to maintain. Just remove spent flowers to encourage continual blooming. These cheerful blossoms attract pollinators, ensuring your garden remains alive with buzzing visitors from midsummer through autumn, even as other blooms begin fading away. Then, let's welcome back the vibrant crocosmia, a perennial that's worth revisiting due to its exceptional visual impact. Its arching stems, adorned with vivid red, orange, and golden blooms, create dazzling cascades reminiscent of fireworks lighting up the garden. Loving full sun and dry conditions once established, crocosmia demands minimal care, just occasionally trim away old blooms to keep it flourishing. Beyond its stunning visual presence, this perennial magnetically attracts hummingbirds, turning your garden into a lively, colorful stage. Finally, let's uncover the fascinating ice plant, Delosperma, a succulent perennial with shimmering jewel-like blooms in electric pinks, oranges, purples, and yellows. Brilliantly adapted for tough conditions, ice plant thrives in full sun and rocky or sandy soil, tolerating drought effortlessly. It requires minimal attention. Just let it bask under the sun, and it rewards you with dazzling carpets of color from early summer until frost. Perfect for rock gardens, sunny borders, or even pots, ice plant ensures your garden sparkles brightly all season long. Stay with me as we move toward our final section, exploring perennials that perfectly suit compact spaces, containers, and patios, bringing abundant bloom to every corner of your home and garden. Part 8. Compact and container-friendly, perfect for small-space gardeners. Now, let's wrap up our colorful journey with perennials specifically chosen for those of you gardening in smaller spaces, whether it's a cozy balcony, a petite patio, or a charming windowsill. Even the smallest spaces deserve abundant beauty, and these delightful, compact plants promise to transform your little corners into blooming sanctuaries. Effortless and charming, they'll remind you daily that size truly doesn't matter when it comes to creating a joyful, vibrant garden. Let's begin with the charming hardy geranium, affectionately known as cranesbill. Unlike its annual cousins, this perennial returns reliably year after year, showcasing delicate, cup-shaped flowers in blues, purples, pinks, and whites. Hardy geranium thrives in containers, borders, or tucked neatly around larger plants, tolerating partial shade or full sun effortlessly. Low maintenance and resilient, simply shear it back lightly in midsummer to stimulate new growth and a second wave of blossoms, keeping your small garden continuously charming. Finally, meet the spirited Mexican petunia, a truly impressive perennial despite its compact habit. Known scientifically as Ruellia, its cheerful purple, pink, or white trumpet-shaped blossoms appear daily, providing constant bursts of color. Mexican petunia flourishes in sunny spots, adapting wonderfully to containers and limited spaces. Its easygoing nature requires minimal care, just occasional watering during dry spells and trimming back spent blooms to encourage continuous flowering. With its self-seeding habit, it's the perfect pick for gardeners seeking carefree, abundant blooms in small-scale settings. As we close this journey through 30 remarkable perennials, remember, every space, no matter how small, has incredible potential for beauty and growth. Next, let's come together for a heartfelt conclusion, wrapping up everything we've discovered and inspiring you to embrace your garden dreams. Your garden, reimagined. And there you have it, 30 breathtaking perennials that bloom all summer long, each one ready to fill your space with life, color, and joy. Whether you're tending a backyard oasis, a small city balcony, or a humble windowsill with morning sun, these plants prove that you don't need constant replanting, expensive tools, or even a green thumb to create beauty that lasts. You've just been handed a gardener's treasure map. Now all that's left is to follow it. Remember, gardening isn't about perfection. It's about connection to the earth, to the seasons, and most importantly, to yourself. Each bloom is a little promise of color after gray, of life returning, of time slowing down just enough for you to notice. So don't be afraid to experiment, to mix textures, to pair bold blooms with delicate charmers, or to carve out that special corner that feels like yours alone. If this journey has inspired you, let's keep growing together. Subscribe to Earthly Delights and become part of a community that believes in the magic of everyday greenery. Your garden story is just beginning, and I can't wait to see where it blooms next.